jump. Her shyness controlled her more than anything else in the world, and Kaitlin was scared to speak up. Inside, she was yelling to herself,
"Don't do this. Something is wrong. Don't do this. Don't do this. Don't do this."
She was incredibly nervous, but so were most people jumping out of a plane for the first time. She held on tightly to the bar as the small plane shook. She felt every jolt and hated it. The weather didn't seem right to do the jump, but the instructor said this type of wind was normal for Nevada. Kaitlin found it was hard to make friends. She was never really a person others were drawn to. Even back in elementary school, she often played alone. She was quiet and very timid, the type of girl who wouldn't speak up for herself. Turning 21, realizing she was mostly alone in the world, she drove to Vegas. Somehow she wanted to change her life, to even begin her life, but she didn't know how. She walked into a casino, played some blackjack, had a drink, and then something caught her eye. A poster on the wall advertising tandem jumps. She didn't know what made her find the courage, but she knew it was something she had to do. She was given the option of a day or night jump. She asked,
"What's best for a beginner?"
and the reply was,
A tandem day jump.
So, given this choice, Kaitlin's lips were about to utter day when, instead,
"Night, please."
popped out. She paused, shocked and surprised at herself. The lady behind the counter asked,
Are you sure?
"No, absolutely not. No, I'm not sure."
Kaitlin thought to herself.
Why did I say that?
She wanted to say no to the lady and change her mind, but her shyness always won out. She just nodded meekly.
"It's only turbulence,"
said her instructor. As her eyes locked upon him, he looked down and grimaced. It was strange. Surely he wasn't plane sick because of turbulence. No, but he did look groggy, like he was going to throw up.
"Are you all right?"
The instructor looked back as if she caught him up to no good. And then he nodded and inhaled, bringing his hand to his chest. She could tell he really didn't look well.
"Okay, we're nearly there."
The instructor said as he checked the hook fastened to Kaitlin. She wanted to pull away from him and say she really didn't want to go through with it, but she was scared. Her shyness controlled her more than anything else in the world. Inside, she was yelling to herself,
"Don't do this. Something is wrong. Don't do this. Don't do this. Don't do this."
The door opened, wind gushed in.
On 3. 1, 2, 3.
Kaitlin spun through the air. It was exhilarating. They leveled out as they had planned in practice. She knew any moment her instructor was going to release the parachute. The parachute. Why hasn't it opened yet? She peered over her shoulder and her instructor's head was whipping around lifelessly in the wind.
"No, wake up. Come on, wake up, please,
Kaitlin was terrified. A heart attack?
please, wake up, please.
The wind seemed to get more violent, pelting her hard in the face.
What to do? Think.
Hundreds of things raced through her mind. She flashed back to her training. Instructions about the backup chute.
The backup chute.
Yes, that's right, a backup chute. She pulled the cord and yanked her instructor away.
No.
Her eyes screamed. How was she no longer connected? She was falling. Falling without a parachute. The ground was getting closer by the second. She realized she was going to die. She saw it over and over again as quick flashes. Her hitting the ground. Her landing on a car. Landing on a fence. Her landing on some poor passerby. There was no serenity, no peace, No coming to grips with it. Just sheer horror at the thought of hitting the ground.
She was literally about 60 seconds away from death. The ground kept getting closer and closer. Her throat inhaled, but frozen as air could no longer get in. If only she had spoken up. If only she wasn't so shy and had said something.
56 seconds. No, 42. 28. 7.
I'm not doing it. I'm not jumping.
It will be okay. It's totally safe.
No, you're not feeling good. It's too windy. This is wrong.
Kaitlin looked the instructor in the eye, and she meant every word. For the first time in her life, Kaitlin had stood up for herself. The instructor nodded and turned to the pilot.
It's a no-go.
As the plane landed, the instructor got out.
You can have a partial refund.
Kaitlin shook her head.
I don't want it.
She smiled, held her head up high, and walked away knowing she had made the jump that had already changed her life.